There are a lot of different ways to train different skills in RuneScape, but not all of these training methods are actually used. The meta's developed over time, and now we're left with things in the game that are mostly untouched. So today's video is showing you 10 different training methods that are almost entirely unused in modern day RuneScape. I'm sure there's some cute noob or snowflake account who has used some of these methods, but for the most part I have not seen anyone using them. The first is salamanders, specifically as weapons. Apparently some people use black salamanders as a budget weapon for barrows and lava dragons, but I've never seen this personally, so it must not be very common. I didn't even know how salamanders worked for a long time, and the animation when you attack with them is so metal. Why don't people use salamanders more often? You need certain types of herb tars to use them, like ammo for a ranged weapon. With a salamander you can use all 3 combat styles, but the ranged option is 4 ticks, while the other 2 options are 5 ticks. And the animation for each style looks the same, but it's not like it could possibly get better than this. The second on this list is Gnome Ball, which trains agility and does not require a level. You start out by talking to the referee to get the ball and have to run past the gnomes to shoot the ball into the goal. If one of them takes the ball, you can just tackle them, which has a really funny animation. You can also pass the ball to the gnome wingers, but I feel like that doesn't help much. All you really need to do is just click the goal as fast as you can when you have the ball and you're almost guaranteed to score. And the best part is that once you hit 5 points, you win the round and get your very own gnome ball once you leave. It's sold instantly on the GE for 11k. New money-making method? This is a newer training method, but I haven't heard any of my friends talk about actually using it. The Shazian course is pretty recent, but already unfortunately seems like dead content, which is a shame because it's a really cool course. It splits off here into the basic and advanced courses. The basic course requires 5 agility and goes north. The XP rates here, according to the wiki, are 8,750 XP per hour, which I guess isn't bad for level 5. And the advanced course requires 48 agility and a crossbow and myth grapple. The XP per hour here is at most 28k. This is not a rooftop agility course though, so you don't get marks of grace, just XP. Next is the werewolf agility course and skullball minigame. These are 2 separate activities but in the same area and both operated by werewolves. To get here you need a ring of Karos. For the agility course you need 60 agility and can get up to 65k XP per hour. You start out here and a werewolf throws a stick for you to bring back to the agility trainer. 10 out of 10, not sure why no one does this course. Skullball also trains agility, but it's more of a game. This requires 25 agility, but all you really do is just kick the skullball through the goals. Tapping it kicks it 1 tile, kick moves it 4 tiles, and shoot moves it 9 tiles. Also, if it's ever trapped in a corner, you can just kick it again and it'll bounce off of the wall. At the end, it shows your time and XP score. If you complete the game in under 4 minutes, you get 750 agility XP. For every 3 seconds over that time, you lose 8 XP from your score. Not sure what the meta is here, if there is one, but if you complete a game every 4 minutes and get that 750 XP drop, then that's about 11k agility XP per hour. And another agility course, the Dorgesh-Kaan Caves course. For this you need 70 agility, preferably 70 strength and ranged, a light source, and optionally a crossbow and myth grapple. You start out by going to the east of the entrance and talking to Turgal to get a spanner. Then there are two different paths you can take through the course. One is mainly an agility route and only requires the agility level, while the other requires the strength and ranged levels plus the crossbow and grapple. This path gives XP in those 3 skills, while the agility route gives XP only in agility and gives more agility XP than the other route. So if you want more agility XP, use this one. And if you want XP in the other skills and don't mind less agility XP, take this path. However, it doesn't really matter which path you take until you get to this point and take an item. Turgal gives you an option of 2 different items you can bring back. One of them you can bring through the agility path but can't bring through the grapple path because it's too heavy. The other you can bring through the grapple path but can't bring through the agility path because it's too delicate and will get squished when you squeeze through tight spaces. At level 99 you can get up to 63k agility XP per hour here, which is actually similar to the rates at the Arty course. But I rarely see anyone do this course, probably because you don't get any marks from it. The pet chance here is decent, but if you just want the agility pet, you're better off doing the penguin course. Most people know at least a little bit about barbarian potions if you've completed the barbarian training, but as an actual training method, it's completely unused. Making barbarian potions requires a 2-dose potion along with roe or caviar, depending on the type of potion you're making, which you get from cutting open the fish that you get from barb fishing. You can't even auto make the potions like with normal herblore, you have to manually click and make each one. And on top of that, it's definitely not profitable. It is an interesting training method though. Each barbarian potion not only has the normal effects but heals 3 to 6 HP depending on the level of potion. Potion mixes are always 2 doses, so it's better to just bring a full 4-dose potion along with some food. But who knows, maybe it can be useful in some niche situations. Growing grapes is pretty dead content because it's not profitable and doesn't give a lot of XP, but I gotta say the fully grown grapevines are really pretty. To plant them you need a grape seed, which you can get from Tithe Farm, but it's also tradable, so you can just buy it off the GE if you're a main. Treat the soil with saltpeter first and then plant the seed. Once it's planted, it's watched over by the local farmer, so you don't have to worry about it dying. It grows in 35 minutes and checking its health gives 625 XP. You're guaranteed at least 5 grapes when harvesting, but the amount you get mainly depends on your farming level. Once fully harvested, your grapevine dies and you have to plant another if you want more grapes. You can make Stamrock grapes with another item from Tithe Farm that isn't tradable, but I don't think that's really worth your time to do as a money maker. Hollow trees are found in Mauritania and require 45 woodcutting to cut. The bark is used to make split bark armor, but that's really all it's used for. Not sure the XP per hour, but you definitely don't want to do this at a low combat level because of all of the monsters that could attack you. Side note, why do they look like they're straight out of a Dr. Seuss book? The next one is a classic, Arctic pine trees. These were actually used a lot back in the day, but now they've been empty every time I've come to Native's Knot. These require 54 woodcutting, and when looking up the XP per hour, I found one person on Reddit who said about 19k, but if you're patient enough to sell the logs, you can get 333k GP per hour. Arctic pine logs are only really used for the quest, the Frimitic Isles, so there's not much of a market for them. The blisterwood tree is more recent, but not commonly used outside of the quest. In a way, it's a nice woodcutting method because it's so AFK. You just have to click it again every so often because it doesn't exactly deplete but acts like it does and stops your character from woodcutting. But you can just click it again instantly to resume woodcutting. This was first 76 XP per log cut, but it was quickly nerfed to 52 XP per log because it's just a quest thing and wasn't meant to be used as an actual training method. But it was pulled and people agreed to bring it back to 76 XP per log, so now you can get up to 90k XP per hour here just AFKing. However, the logs are untradeable and basically useless outside of the quest. They can be used for lighting an Abyssal Lantern and Guardians of the Rift, but I'm not sure anyone does that. The woodcutting method may be used by a few people, but using the logs as a fire-making training method is pretty unheard of. Probably because everyone who chops the tree just wants to AFK. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something cool. It's kind of sad to me how many weird niche training methods there are in RuneScape that no one uses, which is probably why I like leagues and snowflake accounts so much, because you get to learn so much about the game and do all these methods you wouldn't normally do. It's almost like playing RuneScape again for the first time. Anyway, feel free to let me know if you've done any of these methods or if you have any unused training methods you want me to show in the next video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, lovelies.